As 2023 comes to a close, we have the tough task of narrowing down some of the top, most memorable weather stories of the year. I'm Rachel Schoutsen alongside meteorologist Rhythm Reed. And Rhythm, let's jump right into this one. We take you back to Canada Day, where this beast of a tornado formed across Alberta. It really was a mesmerizing sight with wind speeds up to 275 kilometers an hour. It was officially categorized as an EF4 tornado. It was the strongest tornado Alberta has seen since 1987. Rhythm, what dynamics were in place that allowed this monster to twist and turn like that?
Well, we had all of the perfect layers and ingredients for those supercells to form. We had those temperatures in those high 20s into the low 30s, plenty of moisture. So we really got to see that cold front come in, bring all of these storms to fruition. And then we had a lot of upper level support from that high level shear as well, which helped to keep that long lasting storm moving right through the area on Canada Day.
Wow. Now, 2023 will certainly be remembered for wildfires. It was the worst wildfire year Canada has ever seen, with over 15 million hectares of land burned. Now, the first headline that really went off was across Nova Scotia. The Tantallon wildfire is the largest wildfire that Nova Scotia has ever experienced. So, Rhythm, what allowed Nova Scotia to see this dramatic and catastrophic weather event this year?
Well, it was the drought, and it wasn't just the drought that we saw in spring, but also all the way back into winter as well. The low amount of snowfall during the month really led that drought to roll over into spring. And then right before the day that we had that Tantallon wildfire getting caught, we had the warmest day, or rather the fifth warmest day recorded in history for Halifax. So that heat wave really kicked things off.
Now, we all know Nova Scotia wasn't the only province that saw incredible wildfires. Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, British Columbia. We saw the evacuations long-lived in a place like Yellowknife. But BC, it did seem to take a lot of the headlines. It seemed to be endless when we talked about evacuations and new growing fires. Rhythm, why was BC such a highlight, such a memorable province for these fires this year?
It was the limited amount of precipitation that we saw in BC, not just during the beginning of the year, but all the way back into October of 2022. And that drought really rolled into spring. And then as we stepped into summer, we got that ridge building right across the west, bringing heat wave after heat wave that continued to cause that dryness right through the ground. And then we had an increase in the lightning as well. And we had a lot of dry lightning occur through the area, sparking so many more wildfires in BC than we've seen before.
And I know people are already concerned thinking into 2024 about what Canada's wildfire season will hold. That's just how much of an impression 2023 has left on people across the country. Now, from one extreme to the next, we go fires to floods. Because Nova Scotia, while they did experience their largest wildfire on record, they also saw multiple devastating floods throughout this summer. How can that happen in the same season?
Well, for Nova Scotia, it's placed in such a place where you're going to get those cold shots during the winter, but also so much of that Gulf moisture moving up towards areas of Nova Scotia. And with climate change, we are looking at more moisture in the atmosphere for a prolonged period of time. So more hurricanes getting closer inland, as well as more of those remnants of tropical storms moving closer and closer to areas of Nova Scotia, really seeing a lot more of those extremes right through the area.
Dramatic swings in weather, that's for sure. Training thunderstorms are never a good thing. I want to leave you with this last shot. The Ottawa region seemed to be the new tornado alley of Canada, with multiple systems rolling through and tornado warnings going off this summer.